So the very first time we spoke, it would have been 2022, and in Jesus' name, we're now in 2026. Just curious, if you could, how would you describe the Katy Nichole who sits here today? Is different from the Katy Nichole we met 3 years ago.
I mean, a lot has changed. I feel like I've grown a lot as a person. My faith has grown a lot. I've asked a lot of hard questions, and that's led me to a stronger relationship with the Lord. And I feel like just overall, I'm growing, like I'm changing, and I'm interested in different things than I was back then. And even with the music, the sound is changing ever so slightly, just because, I'm finding myself in different ways than I did back then. Because I was 21, 22 years old when I first started, so I didn't know who I was, and I barely do now at 25, but I'm figuring it out, and, we'll be sitting here in 2 years and we'll be saying the same thing. It's like, you're never the same as you were, even yesterday. Like, things are changing, and so I've grown a lot since then.
Is this more than you imagined?
Yeah, so much. I can't even describe it with words. It's just a crazy experience that I've gotten to be here, and being where I am right now, I don't even know what to say. I find myself speechless a lot. I find myself in awe of the Lord and how He's moved so much in my life, but also had so much grace and so much kindness for me as I was navigating through all of this, because I had no idea what I was doing back then, and I still have no idea what I'm doing now. And so He just shows up in the most gracious of ways and just loves me so deeply, and I couldn't ask for more than that. Nice.
Nice. Your latest project is called Honest Conversations.
Yes.
Tell me about the title and the birth. What happened that this project came about? Yeah.
A lot of it came from these hard questions that I was asking. A lot of these moments that I was having with the Lord, where I was like, I don't know if I can feel you anymore. I don't know if I even know you anymore. I went from having so much faith and feeling so connected, and I was like, was that more performative than it was an actual relationship with God? Was I just trying to measure up to be the perfect Christian, or to just do what everyone said I needed to do, rather than actually diving in deep with the Lord and saying, hey, God, I have a lot of things in my life that I'm just not so sure about. Can we talk about that? Can we actually have these hard conversations? And so it led me to this place of being like, well, if I can have these hard conversations with God, and I didn't know that I could, how many people out there are also wondering the same thing? Can I ask God about that? Can I bring up these difficult things that might seem taboo, or they're not spoken about, which I've never really fully understood. I don't understand why we're brushing things under the rug, like mental health, or, struggling with just my faith in general, and not knowing exactly what I believe in. How can I stand on a firm foundation if I don't even know what that is? And so I was just starting to ask those questions and starting to really dive into the Word and really get to know who Jesus is. Because I want to know who Jesus is. And I did back then, but I didn't know Him as deep as I know Him now.
Yeah. What are some of the greatest lessons you learned from these honest conversations?
Oh, man. I've learned that the Lord wants everything from us. He doesn't just want our praise and our good moments. He also wants us in the difficult seasons. He loves us through the difficult seasons. And I think there was a part of me that was so afraid that, if I brought Him my anger, or if I brought Him my doubts, that He would not want me anymore, that He would turn His back on me. That's not who God is. That's not how He loves. I had this false reality of who Jesus is, and I think a lot of it was coming from this world that we're living in today, and a lot of difficult things that are happening, and a lack of love. There's a prominence of hate and a lack of love. And I was like, that's not who Jesus is. That is not what it teaches us in the Bible. That is not at all where I'm at in my journey. And so I realized in that moment, I was like, if the Lord would love me so much through this, He would love you too. And I want people to know that. And so that's why I was like, I got to write about this. I got to tell people what I'm experiencing. This new found revelation that I'm having with God and that other people can have too, that I don't even know if they realize. And so I'm in a place now where I'm just actively doing my best to love people and love people well. And honestly asking them, how can I love you well? How can I serve you well in this season of life and meet you where you're at? Because that's exactly what Jesus did for me.
I love it. So the song that introduced you to the world is a miracle song.
Yeah.
Do the miracles continue?
Of course. I mean, miracles don't always happen in these massive, just gigantic shows. Like they're not as big as they seem. Sometimes they come in small packages. And even those miracles are still magnificent. They're still beautiful. And I'd say that the miracles that are happening in my life right now are the ones that are the little ones, the little miracles. And if anything, sometimes I have to look for them. I have to be like, okay, how's God's handprint showing up in my life right now?
Yeah.
How is he showing up in ways that maybe I wasn't paying attention to? One of those things is just that I feel like, I've been walking through a lot in my health and my health journey, and I've just watched as he's shown up in like small areas and like brought me, different medication if I needed it, or like supplements and like vitamins and things like that, that honestly have been like changing my world and allowing me to heal the temple that he's given to me. And like, I couldn't ask for anything better. Those are miracles too. Those are miracles too, allowing me to have the strength to do the things that I'm doing right now. That's a miracle. That's a miracle in itself. If he gives me another day, that's a miracle. Like, I am so incredibly grateful for the way that God is giving sunshine and he's giving just his sweet presence to me. And so I can say that those miracles don't always happen in the big ways that we're thinking of, but they definitely happen all around us. And we just have to look for them sometimes.
So in the project Honest Conversations, how many of the songs did you write, or did you have hand in all of them?
My hand was in every single one, yeah. I wrote these songs primarily in my bedroom, and then I would bring them to my producer and I would be like, hey, I've got another idea. I think this is what the Lord is laying upon my heart right now. And he was so supportive of that too. My producer, his name is Jeff Pardo, and he has really just championed me a lot throughout, like, okay, this is what I really want to talk about, and I think that this is an important discussion to have. And he's just really supportive of that. And so in the very beginning of the writing process, I wrote a song called When I Fall, and I wrote that all by myself in my bedroom, and I just brought it to him one day, and I was like, hey, will you record this for me? I just want to get this recorded. And he was like, yeah, sure. And then we had a demo of it, and it's just crazy how that was kind of the catalyst for all of these other songs. That was what started the Honest Conversations, was this song that was a prayer. It was a conversation I had with the Lord. That was the introduction, basically, and to me having real and raw moments with God that I didn't necessarily know I could have. And it was bringing an impact to people on social media, and it was bringing an impact to me in my day-to-day life. And I was like, there's something special about this song. I want to bring this song to people. And that just led me into the next ones. The next ones that I was writing, the song Honest Conversation, it's not Honest Conversations, that's the title of the album. Yeah. But that was the next thing that I wrote. And that was me walking into the room and going, can we write about having an honest conversation? Because it's important that people know that, like, these can be had. And so, yeah, that was what led us into the next however many, 12, I think there's song. Yeah.
How do you know when a song is complete? I imagine that's a hard...
Yeah, it is a hard thing, because I think in my creative artist mind, a song is never really finished. I feel like there's more we could add to it. There's more that could be done. But I don't know. I think it's just the peace of the Lord. He really provides that to me in the moments where I'm like, okay, is this what it needs to be? Is this what I need to bring to people? Is this the right idea? Is this the right sound? And the Lord really blesses that and allows me to know, okay, this is where we are, and this is where it's going to be. So, yeah.
Do the lyrics hit differently every night when you're singing them, or are they how does it work?
Oh man. I feel like the audience really changes the experience because someone I meet throughout the day might be standing out there and I'll be remembering their story. And that's what truly changes it for me. It's like if someone comes to me earlier in the day and says, hey, in Jesus' name, changed my life. And I was praying this over myself as I was going through chemo or whatever the story may be. I think of them when I'm singing the song. And so of course, like that's a completely different experience than if I'm just getting on the stage and just singing the song. I'm not just singing the song, I'm praying it over that person. I'm praying it over myself if I had a bad day or whatever. But there's always a new experience to be had.
Wow. What fan or listener memory, if you could give me one, stands out? I'd imagine you've heard story after story of how this music is touching people. What's one that stands out?
Yeah, no, there's actually two little girls that come into my mind. They both beat cancer. And I just think of them every time I sing in Jesus' name because it was their fight song.
Wow.
And yeah, there's nothing like knowing that like the Lord healed somebody and you somehow had a small part of that story. That's wild to me, and such an honor. So those are the two little girls I usually think of when I'm singing those songs.
Do you have a moment when you recognize the power of the gift God has given you in terms of music?
I don't know if I can necessarily recognize it as much so in myself as I can just recognize that things are happening in front of me and I'm a witness to it.
Oh, wow.
You know, I am grateful that God would use me as a vessel, but I get to be a witness every single night to seeing what he's doing in other people's lives. And that's crazy. It's a wild thing. I really don't know what else to say. Like, it's crazy.
When you were even younger, is singing and recording what you dreamed of?
Yeah, it was. I wanted to be a pop star. So I wanted to be Hannah Montana. But, you know, things obviously have happened so differently. But I guess I get to kind of live out this dream of being on stage and getting to perform and also having a greater purpose in all of it. And I think that's so incredible and so beautiful.
So you're on the Winter Jam tour with the likes of Chris Tomlin, Emerson, Jeremy.
Yeah.
What's this been like?
It's been so fun. I'm having a great time. I love these artists. They're great people on and off stage. And I'm just grateful to get to watch them impact lives. And again, to be a witness to what God is doing here. And getting to hang out with them behind the scenes is really fun too.
And you've got a tour coming up.
I do. Yes, I do. Yeah.
How are you feeling about this tour and taking this music on the road?
Excited. Just thrilled. I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this time to come where I get to do this tour and I get to sing these songs from the brand new record. And again, to see that impact that these songs have been having on people. And also to get to sing songs I don't normally sing. You know, when I have a short set like this, it's like I don't get to incorporate all of my favorite songs. So it's always fun to get to do that.
Beautiful. So many people probably wonder, what does Katy Nichole do on an ordinary day? There is no tour, there is no stage. What's your prize day? How do you enjoy spending it?
Okay, a day for me that's just like a regular day. I'm hanging out with my dog or I'm hanging out with my cat. I like to just chill. I'm a very like laid back at my house. I like to watch movies. I like to draw.
Really?
I like to do art. Yeah, it's just like soothing for me to get to draw and I write too, not just songs, but I write sometimes in my journal. That's like very soothing for me as well, very calming. And I just like to feel like at peace. So I try to do things that like fill me up and allow me to like get to kind of be in my most relaxed place, you know? So whatever that may be, it's usually like a good cup of tea or coffee and like a good movie on with my cat and my dog.
I love it. I love it. So here we sit. If you could go back in time and speak to the little Katy, we are here now in 2026. You have grown, matured, shared gifts, been through trials. What would you tell young Katy
Can you believe it?
now?
This is all that we dreamed of. I have a memory that pops into my brain. We wrote letters to ourselves in 3rd grade, and I got to open it as a senior in high school. And what's so funny about that is that I said, "Are you a singer now?" And so now I can say yes. Little Katy, we are a singer now, and I'm doing everything that I could have ever dreamed or imagined and more. I'm going so far beyond that, and that little girl, she just had stars in her eyes, and I think I still do a little bit. I'm like, you know what? I'm never going to stop chasing after the whimsy and the dream and just being so filled by what God has next and just being in anticipation. I like that feeling. Yeah.
Last question for you. You perform with many people. Who's the next dream person you get to perform with?
Oh gosh. Oh man, that's such a hard question because I feel like it could be multiple people.
Give me a couple.
Maybe after all of this, I'm like, maybe Chris Tomlin, like we need to collaborate or something. He's such a great guy, and I've enjoyed like spending the time on the road and getting to know him more. He's just so cool and really a genuine human being, and I admire that so much. Like, he's not the kind of person that's walking around here with, you know, his chest puffed up, and he's not like ignoring the small person in the room. But who's the small person in the room? Really, everyone, he makes them feel important. And I just really admire that. And so maybe him, but also Dolly Parton. I think that's still on my list.
Yay!
It'll always be there.
I hope they both hear that, Dolly. Yes, yes.
I would love that. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah,
Pleasure.
of course. Thank you.
Thank you. Studio 5 is expanding on YouTube, and you can help us grow the platform by subscribing. Simply search Studio 5 with Efrem Graham. There you're going to discover the latest in uplifting entertainment, exclusive first looks on the latest films, music, and lifestyle content, plus one-on-one interviews with some of your favorite actors and recording artists. Simply search Studio 5 with Efrem Graham on YouTube. Please do it today.